Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Myst 2020. We have just read the final journal for this game, the Mechanical Age journal. Given that it's called the Mechanical Age, I suspect we're going to finally get to see what those gears there are all about. So if we take our magic map here and point it, come on, mouse, work with me here. There we go. Very awkward. And we follow the same pattern that we followed with each of the other ages so far. Up to the tower, to the place of protection. Up to the tower to get the access codes. And last time I played this, I think this was bugged out and didn't work right. Or maybe that was Rumus that was bugged out. But this is definitely the gears. And our access code is 240, which looks like a time, and 221. And this will be the last time we need to use the tower rotation puzzle to solve anything. And the only thing that looked like a time besides the planetarium was this clock tower. So perhaps we just set this for 2 o'clock. 2:40. 35, 40. And then set this for 2 o'clock. Mash the button. And we get a walkway of gears unscrewing. And the final marker switch. And this must be where the 221 comes in handy. Okay, well, let's see what this does. Okay, that lever moves the lower 2. That lever moves the upper 2. But there's no way to move this last one just 1 notch. And the top 2 are always moving together as well. And I wonder what happens when this counterweight here hits the ground. And that resets it back to 333. And this probably killed off a lot of people's playthrough of the game as well, because there's no apparent way to make it hit 221, because they will always remain out of sync, as far as I know. Maybe a mathematician can disprove that. But what they don't tell you, let me get the top. On click, you varmint. Alright. This next one here will put the 1 in the correct place, but 2 will be in the wrong place. But what they don't tell you is if you hold it, the middle one keeps moving. I don't know if there's any way to ever get those to line up. If it may take 100 years, I don't know. That'd probably be worth a quick Python script test. If they ever would move to the correct pattern. but that moved a little gear thing down in the clock tower, and it's also opened this gear up to reveal another linking book. And this is that thing that was drawn in the book. So let's teleport over there. There's some kind of a combination lock right here with these weird symbols. And there's too many of these to brute force. And knowing how this has gone in other ages, the Myst book might be somewhere under there, or there might be another maze crawler. And I said earlier that this game gets a bit macabre in some areas, and this part is one of them. Put you guys in front of this box with a snake. Windows are covered. There are chains and knives, severed head of some sort. Crossbows and arrows, sword, helmet, arrows stuck in this throne, and we have a rotation simulator here. Let's play with this toy. This is obviously the building we're in now. This is the bridge. And there's that noise we heard back in the train system when we had to go east. And we just have to get it over this hump here, and it tends to go to the next notch, and then you shut this lever off. And that cycles it back in, and this is the noise you heard when we had to go west. And this, if you go to mechanical age first, then you recognize these noises when you go into the maze crawler. And there's a button on this throne that opens a door over here. And there's a guy's head in that box. Let's not mess with. There's a blue page. So this is Achenar's space again. There's poisons and stuff, and not sure that's a good idea. Achenar might be a little bit on the bloodthirsty side. This looks like chains and manacles, and it looks like he's probably had people tied up there for who knows what purposes. He doesn't seem like a very nice kind of person. Let's check out this other room on the other side. This is much more rich and opulent. And there's a button at the end of the chessboard. And as usual, we see wine and gold and a letter. Sirrus, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Achenar. Subjects? Taxes. New taxes. Oh dear. They're both trouble. Here's some toys that we found on Myst Island. The rocket, the boat, the clock. The clock might be more from Selenitic. These light up and do cool tricks when you press the button. I don't think they serve any other purpose. I think the designers of the original game just liked playing with platonic solids. Very expensive paintings that obviously come from Earth. And there's this weird bird thing. Okay. In the back there's this red button. It comes down here to this lever. Rotated something. Ah, we see an elevator door up here now. So it rotated the shell around this to block off the elevator. There's a call button on this elevator, unlike the other ones we've seen. And there are multiple buttons on it. This goes up. And there's not really a lot to do here. There's just a place to stand and to call the elevator. Now we have the down and the middle button active. And we're stuck between floors. But there was a time delay before it kicked in, so I wonder if we're supposed to hit that button and get out. Maybe there's something on top of the elevator that we need to get to. Right, and just like the rotation simulator, there's a power lever, and we move it. And it rolls the head forward, goes back slightly. We hear the hiss, that means it's now facing east. And we call the elevator. There's where we started this age with the gear and the potential Mistbook location. And there's this island over here with the back half of the code to get to that pedestal that we can see over there. We can see another island in that direction, which would, I believe, is south. And let's go through Sirrus's happy room instead of Achenar's creepy room. So it seems like Achenar's quite bloodthirsty. Sirrus seems to be more on the greedy side, and while that's still a problem, I would rather deal with the greedy guy than the bloodthirsty guy. That's west. There's not there. We'll gotta go due south first. That's east where we just were. So we need to go one notch. That's north. confused. I shouldn't be this confused. I play this enough, I should know where I'm going. Let's go. Yeah, there's nothing this direction. So this was west, so I want to go south. So I want to go north. That's south. That's east. That's north. And this one has the front two symbols for that pedestal, which is over there. We can see there's nothing out to the west. And this age has always kind of just been annoying to me for some reason, probably because the repetitiveness of this part of the puzzle. Clunk is south, which is where the exit is. How tedious and repetitive this particular puzzle here is. You have to do this several times in order to get where you want to go. And, you know, I would rather have had something new each time instead of the same old routine there. But then kind of Myst Island has the same kind of thing going on where you do the access codes to the tower rotation. So we had basically a horseshoe and then some pointy things facing up and down with a box in the middle. And then we had a sun atop a mountain. And then we had a crescent moon. And we're back to the Myst Island. And that's it. That's all 4 Ages of Myst. I think I'm going to cut it off. I think I'm going to watch the last 2 videos. The 2 book things, as usual.
You finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Sirrus. I trust that from your explorations, you've become convinced that my wicked brother Achenar is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who am wrongly imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are, or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. It was Father who was a master of the books. He wrote hundreds of them, all describing and linking to the fantastic places and ages which he had discovered. The room in which you now stand was our father's library. It was here in this room, on this island named Myst, that he housed most of these books. was such a waste. By now, you have surely discovered that Achenar has burnt and mutilated most of these books. Why? Our father was always watchful of our exploration. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to the mystic books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the Myst Ages than he had given. Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. His thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity too late. He had completely destroyed all of the Myst Ages but 4. I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Achenar's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books, designed to hold us until he could judge which of us was guilty. To discover the truth, our father embarked on one final journey. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me, an innocent victim, trapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page, and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves in this library, which is mostly burned, but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158. Recreate the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last red page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released, and able to reward you, of course. Ignore the blue page. That page finishes my brother's book. It chills me to even think what would happen if you were to release him. There is another one. Where the red and blue pages reside, also resides a green book. If you touch the green book, you also will be imprisoned forever. Our father gave us this same warning long ago. I suggest you follow his advice. Go now. Soon we will be face to face.
Page 158, huh? But if they murdered Atrus, how would he have imprisoned them both in the books in a fit of rage?
Hello, I'm Achenar. I'm glad to see that you have returned to help me escape from my wrongful imprisonment. It was Sirrus who did this to me. Sirrus, my wicked brother. Do not listen to him. I warn you. I warn you again. He is a liar. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies. Do not release him. He killed my father. He will kill you. It began when my brother Sirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the Ages of Myst. He hoarded up riches for himself. While father slept away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king. King of the Ages of Myst, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. His lowly brother. I hated him. And then Sirrus began to destroy the Ages of Myst. He burned their forests. He tore down their structures. He flooded their lands. He murdered their inhabitants. He completely destroyed all but 4 of the Ages. Of course, I had to warn my father. And when I finally found him, there was Sirrus also talking cleverly with the lying tongue of a serpent. He convinced father that was I who had destroyed the ages. He convinced Father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. And as Sirrus dealt the final blow, he tricked Father into believing that I was the murderer. But Sirrus did not deal as fast a blow as he had planned, and his father died a slow death. He at last doubted my brother's clever lies. And so, in dying, Father imprisoned us both, unsure from which of us the blow had come. I swear to you, what I say is the truth. Release me. You must release me. My brother is a deceitful liar and deserves punishment. I only wish vengeance for my dear father's wrongful murder. Believe me. You must only recover one additional page to release me from this prison. It is the easiest to find. Go to the bookshelf that's in this library. On the far side of the middle shelf, there's a burned book, which is different from the other burned books. This book is filled with patterns. Find pattern 158. Mimic its design on the panel in the fireplace. Doing this will bring you to the last blue page. Remember, don't take the red page. Take only the blue page and return it quickly to me. Oh, and do not touch the green book. It is a clever trap to imprison those who have not been warned. Do not be tempted, for you will rot and die imprisoned as I am. I tell you, if you follow my instructions, it will be well worth your while. I promise you that. Go. Go.
Yeah, their stories don't line up at all with each other, which makes sense if one or both of them are horrible liars. But when we come back in the next episode, we will see what's behind the fireplace panel and see if we can come up with figure out which brother to trust more, and what may end up being the finale of Let's Play Myst 2020. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.